watched my first episode, you saw that I ended it by saying I was going to do 2 episodes today. So this is my second episode ever, and what I'm going to talk about right now is, at my age, going back to school was slightly intimidating. And the reason is, I've always done very well in school. I've always done well in classes. I've got a lot of different degrees and certificates over the years, but going back to school to start an entirely different career from anything I've ever done is a little intimidating. And when it came down to actually signing up for the class, I did a lot of work, a lot of analysis. I'm going back in cybersecurity, computer science, and so I researched the institution, I researched the program, because it wasn't a whim. Honestly, it's a lot of money that is kind of hard to spend at this age, and it's kind of thinking, am I doing this for vanity? But it's a program that seems to be very solid. I'm not mentioning their name because going down the road I might be making some disparaging remarks, or they might want to sponsor me, and when they do, then I'll be glad to mention their name. But right now it's a major accredited university program that's working in conjunction with an overseas cybersecurity company, and it seems to be a fantastic program. Now, I took an 8-week introduction class, and that 8-week introduction class, they covered all the topics of Social Security, everything from what it's like to be working in cybersecurity, to some of the things that you do, some of the things you do in the different languages. It was a 20,000 foot overview, so you really didn't get your hands dirty, you really didn't get to do much with it. But for those 8 weeks, you had to understand the concepts behind cybersecurity, and you had to pass a test. You had to pass it with at least 80%, which fortunately I did. Once you pass that first introduction class, and they give you a lot of help, and it's really not that hard to pass. If you want to do it, you can pass it fairly easy. It's more to, I guess, and this is just my opinion, it's more just to weed out the people and that aren't really that interested, or to show people that, hey, it could be tough and it could be time consuming. So once you pass that, then they offer you the full program, and that's when you write the big check. I really sat down and thought about it a lot. It's kind of like, am I going to write this big check? Am I going to invest? And again, as I said in the first video, I'm closer to 60 than I am 50. Why am I doing this? The reason is twofold. I wanted to be in a career where I can keep moving. Right now I'm in real estate, and I'm doing well. I love real estate. I did real estate. This is the second state that I've done real estate in. And one thing I've learned is, with real estate, when you leave and you go to another state, you have to start all over again from scratch. And I love to travel, so if I want to start over again from scratch, time and time again, it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of time. With cybersecurity or with computer science, I feel that I have the ability to pick up and move and still work remotely in a lot of the jobs. Now, some companies want you to be on site, but at my age, I don't have to pick those companies. I'm not just starting out, and that gives me a comfort zone. So that's kind of my thoughts going in. I did a lot of research. I found a great program. I found one that has a lot of recommendations and a high placement rate after, and a high graduation rate. And I must say, going back to college at this point is a different experience. When I went years and years ago to get my bachelor's, you gave them the money. If you showed up, great. If you didn't show up, they didn't care. Matter of fact, no contact whatsoever in the entire time it took me to get my bachelor's. Just went through the program. If you dropped out, they didn't care. Already, the counselors with this program are contacting me about once a week, finding out if I'm adjusting, finding out what I liked. And I thought after the first class, after I wrote the big check, that would kind of taper off, because I thought it was more of a sales technique. This program didn't do that, and that was exciting to me. They have kept in contact. They keep telling me about the resources available, the study groups. They keep promising me if I have any questions, they will give me a quick, intelligent response. And that's a huge change, and I'm really glad to see that that's what I'm getting as far as support, and I'm hoping that's what modern education is more like, because like I said, it's been a lot. Matter of fact, you could put the word decades in there since I got my first degree. But now versus when I got out, the changes are a lot more helpful, and like I said, they really seem to be invested in my success, which is a great feeling, because again, I'm nervous. I'm not gonna, this is, between you and me and like whoever, the 5 people that might watch this channel in the future, I'm nervous right now. And future me, if you're watching this, you'll know what I'm talking about, and hopefully you'll be laughing. All right. In the next episode, I'll be talking about some of the things that I'm doing in these first classes and some of the differences, like what we used to do back in the day and some of the things that we're doing now. As I mentioned, the support's different, but the way the classes are offered and some of the things that they're doing are mind-blowing compared to what it used to be like. All right, looking forward to talking to you again soon. Take care, everybody.